This video and channel is not for kids. It is made for the adult collectors only. What's up everyone, it's your boy Xmanny87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is an overview of the newly released Marvel Legends Fantastic Four Super Skrull Build-A-Figure Wave. I'd like to give a big thank you and shout out to my local comic book shop, Rebel Base Comics and Toys. Check them out in the link in the description below. So I'm going to do things a little bit different here. You're not going to get any ACBA photos at the end from me, so one, I apologize. It's just too busy for me in the holiday season to do that, so I did want to bring you this video just to get an overall look at the figures. So, we're just going to sit back and chill and just, talk about some figures and, do some comparisons. I'll definitely rank them as well. So right off the bat, I'm only going to cover articulation for She-Hulk and Doctor Doom since those are newly sculpted. Everything else is pretty much reused and we know how they work. But before I get into everything, if you could please leave a like rating on the video, it'll show your support for my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's take a closer look at these Fantastic Four Marvel Legends figures. Alright, now to kick things off with our first mini review here out of the set is Invisible Woman. Looking really nice with her nice force field accessory we have here. That's a really cool bubble effect. As you can see, is nicely designed here. And really, yeah, man, this is really nice. I dig this a lot. And she's got these open hands here, and you got this little like open slot, so you kind of just insert the fingers there, and it kind of just hangs off her two index and middle finger there, and she holds it pretty well. So looking at these two side by side, they are the exact same body, except this one's a little bit taller because she has newly sculpted feet. And I will say, this is a pain in the ass to stand. So one of the reasons why she's a pain in the ass to stand is her feet. They gave her like this, that boot heel type of format, but at the same time, she's got like these cleats. They don't plant on the ground as well, but this is gonna kind of stick out like that. But yeah, it's just, you're gonna have a hard time standing. They're like they're real thin, and depending on the certain pose that you're putting her in. Now looking at the two faces side by side, this looks really good. They are pretty much the same face sculpt. When I was at the New York Comic Con press interview with Hasbro, Dwight Stahl did mention it was the same face but a different hairstyle, so you can clearly see the different hairstyle, and it does look really nice and definitely much longer than the old Sue Storm. At first, when I had them side by side for comparison, I thought they were different face sculpts, but then looking at it closely, it is the same. It's definitely not different. The only reason why this looks different is because the paint job. They gave her more bubbly eyes and probably like thicker eyebrows. And yeah, her lipstick is a little bit larger, but yeah, it still looks good, man. And if you want to swap the heads between the two, here you go. It is totally doable. It looks good either way. The paint on this costume is super clean. The Fantastic Four logo right there on her chest, super clean. I love the black and blue color combo we got going on here. You can see some of the design on the back. Got some like Tron looking design here. You got the hands, the gloves right here, nice pattern, the belt, and then coming down here to the boots, very beautiful blue. And now to cover Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. Here he is next to the Walgreens exclusive classic Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, and as you can see, same body. He does not have the swappable arms with this one. As for accessories, he comes with these really long extended fingers. And this shit looks creepy as hell, man. It's just like, my germs. I don't know. It's just, it did come from that Dan Slott comic run. I remember, I think Todd Ortiz, aka Rectangular, sent me an image. And he basically said, don't forget that Marvel is calling the shots for Hasbro. And that is so true. I'll have an image right there for you. And unlike the image provided above, the thumbs are not extended here. So I wonder what made them go with this, choice of the regular size thumbs instead of the extended ones. But, for photography, it could be really cool to, be creative and try to do something where he's like multitasking and kind of like recreate that scene or whatever, come up with a scene of your own. So I think it's pretty cool, but at the same time lame. Other than that, he has two regular closed-fisted hands, and the costume, the paint job came out superb on mine, no complaints. Again, the 4 came out super clean right there. I love the black trimming around the 4 logo, that looks so good. And again, just looking at the paint right there, and the blue right there on the neck is solid. And you got the design going all around. Nice blue. I'm in love with this blue. And you got the feet. Same body as the last Reed Richards. Again, with these Fantastic Four, they just have newly sculpted feet. And they kind of look like baseball cleats, man. And they look, they're a little on the big side, but I can get over that. And unlike Sue Storm, it's not much of a challenge to balance him and plant his feet on the floor. The head sculpt looks really good on this, though. I'm digging the beard. You know, even the gray on the beard, not just the sides right there. And, you know, he looks like a smartass. I dig it. Next up, we got Johnny Storm, aka Human Torch. And I love this figure, man. He is so much better than this one, and the body he deserves much more than the Bucky Cat mold. This is on the Spider-Man 2099 mold, the white body costume one. This is just... It just works perfectly for the character. The Bucky Cat mold, again, a played out mold, looks good for the most part, but come on, it would have looked way better on this body. Now to take a closer look at his accessories, I have him in a Randy Orton pose because this dude looks like Randy Orton, man. But yeah, he's got 2 flame powered up hands. He's got the 2 separate flame effect pieces that we've seen before in multiple colors that you can just, you know, add on to his forearms and makes it look really, really cool. On top of that, he has this new fire blast effect, so you can just, what I do, you could just slide it in here like so, or if you flip it upside down and kind of just have it, this piece right here, could slide it and relax it on the palm of his hand. You could have something bursting like that. You know, you could use it however you like, but I think it's a really cool addition. Also, if you like to power them up some more, take the back piece from the Walgreens exclusive, the Human Torch, and just put it on Randy Orton like that. But, but Human Torch, this looks good. This looks really good on Johnny Storm. I dig it. And if you want to take it even further, I guess swap the heads if you want to. I don't know. And he also has 2 close-fisted hands. You know, butterfly joints make a difference, so if you want to do like a fire blast with both hands, something like this would really, really work, because his hands can make contact together, and, you know, just, you know, swing it however you like. You can't really achieve that with this, because, again, butterfly joints, Bucky Cat mold, limited. So, yeah, love this. And the only bummer is that the Fantastic Four logo is not clean here, so I'll have to get another one that is super clean, because my OCD will kick in like crazy. If the rest look good with that 4 and this one doesn't, it'll drive me nuts. But paint job is the same, just like the other Fantastic Four figures, blue. But for the rest of the body, you know, the costumes match. They are the same in terms of design. The blue and the black is all solid. And you got, again, the new feet right there. Man, that head sculpt does look like Randy Orton. Flame on! RKO! Out of nowhere. Next up, we have Ben Grimm, aka The Thing. Here he is compared to his Walgreens exclusive classic version. And as you can see, it's the same body mold. Just they added a new belt piece. We'll take a closer look at that later. But the big difference you'll see here is that there is no type of shading, that dark shading around the rocks here like it is on this one. This one is, it's not visible. There is some light shading around the rocks. We'll take a closer look at that. But as far as doing head swaps or hand swaps, it just won't work, because it won't work. It doesn't go together. And the hands, there are no accessories for this guy. So that's one thing. This one has one up on this one. But taking a look at the new head sculpt right there, I really like that. That is so Thing looking, you know what I mean? So taking a closer look at the head sculpt right here, man, I love it. The thick eyebrows right there is just reminiscent of the classic looking Thing. And he's got that big bottom lip right there. Got the Ben Grimm blue eyes right there, you know, you gotta have the blue eyes. And it looks good, man, I really like this. And you can see that shading that I'm talking about. You see this like very light orange against, or on top of the dark orange, I should say. And you get that around here in his chest area. So I don't know if you guys can tell because the lighting, I don't know how the lighting's coming off here on camera, but I can see it on my end where it's like right here. Doesn't go on the bicep right there, but some on the forearms. Nothing on the hands. Nothing on the abs, but you got it on the shoulders right here. Forearms, so they kind of kept it balanced right there. The back, upper back right there. Nothing on the legs at all, but he does have it on his feet. Would have been nice to have that shading, you know, on his shin or knee area. That would have been nice. And looking at the black and blue trunks right here, looks good. This is a new piece, separate piece, so right there looks good. The four is sculpted. Really nice. Thing in this body mold was one of the best figures last year, if not the best Marvel Legends figure last year. So this works for me. This has been working for everyone. So love it. Next up we have Jennifer Walters, aka the Hulk. Notice how I said the Hulk and not She-Hulk. Yes, this is just the Hulk. You know, Marvel's being inclusive with their characters, so they are not labeling it any type of you know, she or any type of pronouns, you know. So with She-Hulk, new sculpt, new body mold. Excited for this one. Really love it. So let's get to it. As far as accessories, she has two closed-fisted hands, and she has two grappling type open action hands. First of all, this figure is freaking awesome, man. I only have one gripe with it, and I'll get to that, but holy crap. The head sculpt on this, definitely one of the best. And the hair sculpt. I like how this bang is kind of covering her face right here, like half of her face. I just think it gives it a great expression and makes that expression come more to life. So as you can see here, it has a nice green paint job on her hair, some nice green shading. But that face sculpt, man, is beautiful. I love the wow, the sculpting on the lips, really nice. That grin, the teeth, everything. That looks so freaking good. And this face looks really dope, and I like that scar right there. Got a green scar across her nose, if it's a scar. I'm not too familiar with this Hulk run. I got some catching up to do, so let me know if these are like scars, because it's all across her body, man. It's not veins, I don't know. Anyway, again, just let me know in the comments below. But man, yeah, she looks so fierce. That hair sculpt is awesome. Love how it's, you know, blowing this way, so it looks real savage. Savage She-Hulk, huh? Looking at the rest of the torso, newly sculpted. You got this ripped up shirt right here. Diaphragm joint is right there, so, you know, cover articulation in a few. Man, look at those abs, man. She's got like a 12-pack, yo. Damn, it's serious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, oh, well, 8-pack. Well, damn, still, she's a beast right here, and the arms right there. So the one big gripe comes here, the elbow. I don't like how this is when you bend it in, you get this thing just sticking out. The elbow joint is just sticking out right here, and I don't, it just looks so awkward. It looks like freaking she broke her elbow and it's just popping through her arm right there. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it, but I'll forgive it because look, she has great range for a female that has, you know, really big arms. She has some great elbow range, so that's why I'm kind of forgiving about it. But it doesn't look good, man. I'm not gonna front. But again, you'll get some good ranges. Some, you know, if you can hide it. You know, you could definitely hide it. Just got to keep an eye out for that if you're doing some photography. And it also doesn't look as bad if it's relaxed, sitting straight down. Yeah. So, again, keep an eye out for that. But yeah, looking at the rest of the body, the jeans, newly sculpted. They're all ripped up. She-Hulk butt, or Hulk butt now. Nice ripped up jeans again. Really cool. Yeah, even on her kneecaps right there. Got some more right there on the calves. And very, very muscular. I definitely love the sculpt. And these are new feet. These are newly sculpted feet. Not the same as the Pepper Patas. And yeah, that's newly sculpted right there. I don't think her feet looks too tiny for her body. I think that's just fine. And on the bottom of the feet, they sculpted her toes. I just don't like this outline right here. I wish they made the feet look natural as possible for the bare feet. So, and then you got the peg holes at the bottom. To cover articulation with She-Hulk, her head moves that far up, that far down, left, right, some pivoting. Her arms move that far up, so really, really good, man. It moves down. It moves all around. She's got the shoulder swivel, the bicep swivel, great double jointed elbows. Excuse me, not double jointed, single jointed elbows with great range. Got the wrist swivel and the wrist hinge. Her torso, she's got the ab crunch that moves that far forward. Not much forward, but a good amount back. It's got the swivel and you got the pivot and it rocks around. Her legs move that far apart, that far up, and not much back, so she can't do a full frontward split. Her legs do rock around, upper thigh swivel, and double jointed knees, and no heel to the ass right there. You got the ankles that move up, down, and ankle pivot. For some comparisons, here she is next to the A4 She-Hulk, the San Diego Comic-Con Fantastic Four She-Hulk. That was a 2007 exclusive, I believe. And then here she is next to Red She-Hulk. So Hasbro has had all the She-Hulks under their banner. Toy Biz has never done a She-Hulk. So yeah, we only have these She-Hulks to compare to. And also there is a Savage She-Hulk from the Fing Fang Foom Wave. I do not have that one. But yeah, this is probably my favorite Hulk out of all of these. Oh yeah, it's that time. Dr. Doom. Let's face it, this is everyone's most highly anticipated figure out of this set. And yeah, this figure just blew me away. Now here's a comparison with the last Walgreens exclusive Invincible Iron Man Dr. Doom version. I do not have the 2007 Dr. Doom or the Toy Biz one. Those I sold, especially when this one was first announced. I'm like, yeah, I got rid of that one because I want this new updated one that looks so freaking badass. Anyway, let's start off. Before I kick off the accessories, this one does have the Victor Von Doom head, so let's see how that looks on this one. Alright, so no worries about it not fitting. It fits perfectly, and so you can have your Victor Von Doom head on this head, so this looks really, really good. And you know, hopefully down the line we'll get a scarred up version, so that would be really cool. And when I asked Dwight Stahl in the Hasbro press interview at New York Comic Con, I did ask about if they're gonna do a scarred up head version for this, and he pretty much teased us with saying, you know how we roll, so I'll be waiting. So this is the first default head out of the packaging, and it, man, with this hoodie, man, it looks menacing as hell. I really dig how this looks, and I will try to get some light in there so you can see his face better. And yep, that is one terrifying Dr. Doom. I love that head sculpt, man. It is just freaking beautiful. So sorry if the light's a little bright, but I am trying my best to give you guys the best view possible for this Dr. Doom. So as you can see, the mouth is painted and sculpted. It's like slightly sculpted inside too. That is really nice, man. He's got the green eyes right there. Very menacing looking. I really like his sculpt all around. Let me just pull this as much as I can right there so you can see how it looks. Yo, that is a dope ass mask, man. I dig that a lot. Holy crap. So good. Next up is the classic alt head, and man, I can see those old school Fantastic Four fans definitely rocking this one, because this one looks so freaking cool. Definitely, you know, they did a good job doing a classic Doom head. I really like that. You can see like the bolts around the mask right there. The hood I cannot, you know, peel back like the other one. Is not two separate pieces, just the one. But what's really cool about this, right, and it's probably going to be hard for me to cover it later in the articulation segment, is that he has two neck joints. So this right here does move on top of the hinge that he already has on his neck. So it's best to see it with this head. I should have showed you earlier when I had this head on, but as you can see, that moves around, and then you have the neck hinge right there. So that is really cool. An additional point of articulation there that I really like, and it's a separate piece, as you see. Is one big ass ball joint. So You know, you don't have to worry about anything breaking, and you just pop that back in like so. So with both these heads, unfortunately, you cannot make Doombots because there is flesh around the eyes. As you see, the Doombots don't have flesh because, well, they're freaking robotic. But, yeah, really would have loved to have a Doombot type of head. I'm a Fantastic Four purist, so I will not be buying several of these to do a Doombot army building because, again, these are flesh. I want a traditional looking Doombot, so hopefully we get that down the line. Next accessory up, he does have his cape, so this right here just ports in. You got the peg right there, and you just, you know, plug that in, but it's got that little block thing right there, so it doesn't plug in all the way. Still a nice cape, but what's really cool, and I first announced this back in my Hasbro press interview during New York Comic Con on my Instagram, is that these are like jetpacks, and you can plug in the Iron Man effects to make it look like he is flying, and that's something Dwight Stahl told me, and I was like mind blown. I'm like, no freaking way, that looks so damn cool. I didn't have those effects present at the round table at that time, but now doing it on hand before I got to film this, I'm like, whoa, that looks freaking cool. So yeah, you can have your Doom flying if you want, and yeah, I like this hood, man. Hood looks really cool. The classic one doesn't have that, right? Yeah, it's just a little bit. But yeah, going back to the blast effects, that is freaking cool. And even with the cape on, you'll still have some room to put it there, so you don't have to worry about the cape knocking the blast effects off. Doom comes with two closed-fisted hands. He comes with an opened left gripping type hand. And he comes with a gun-holding trigger hand and a pistol right there, so that looks good. Taking a closer look at the rest of the body, you got this textured area of the green part of the costume. This is nice. You got some sculpting there. And the arms are great, man. And you got some, like, I guess some chainmail right there, sculpted in between the armors. So that's cool. Got some bolts right there sculpted. Look, I'm blown away by this figure. Like, Hasbro really went above and beyond to make this figure come to life, to make his armor feel like it's Doctor Doom. And look at this. You got some straps right there, sculpted. Try to get some more lighting in here for you guys, but look at that, man. Yeah, wow. You know, even giving him double jointed elbows right there. You know, the parts in between the sculpting and the joints, they're just nailed perfectly. Yeah, look at his gauntlet right there. You got some sculpting in there. And his hands. Wow. This looks absolutely amazing. Same goes for the other side. And you got his belt right there, the Doom belt. It looks nice, nice gold color right here. Same as the cape, I forgot to point out. But yeah, you got some really nice sculpting going on right there, and a nice gold color. You got the belt there, and then you got the D. You got the D, his D right there, painted, well, not painted, but sculpted on his holster. I dig that a lot, and you know, that's where his pistol will go, so you just untab that, and it fits in nicely. It's got that nice texture, so it's not a pain to put in or take out. The skirt piece, and the one thing about this skirt piece, man, I love how they did it. It is two pieces, so yeah. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, and if you saw my thumbnail or the beginning of the video, and you're like, how did you get Doom to sit down? I'm gonna show you in a few, so bear with me. Being that the skirt is in two pieces, you can lift the front up right there, and you can see more of that nice, precious sculpting. Oh, so beautiful. The chainmail on the upper thigh. You know, you got the armored plates right there, and on the back right there. Oh my god, this is amazing. It's just freaking amazing. I love this figure. Definitely already in my top 10 this year for Marvel Legends. This is freaking beautiful. Look at the straps in between the armors. That is so damn good. Damn, Hasbro. Standing ovation I give to you. Wow. And you got some of that chainmail sculpted in between in the ankles right there too. And you got some sculpting on the feet right there, some bolts, peg holes at the feet. You got some sculpting underneath the feet. And yeah, nice design on these shoes. To show you how I got my Doom sitting down, you can get them in a sitting pose, and you just kind of lift this skirt piece up. It's kind of just gonna go like that. You lift this piece up like so, and then you just, you know, form a sitting position right there. And I'm gonna grab the Marvel Selects Doom Throne I got right here as an example. So boom, there you go. Now you have Doom sitting down on his throne. I didn't adjust the arms there, but look at that, man. It's perfect. So all the people that were complaining, oh, the Doom can't sit down, his skirt piece, we need a Doom that can sit down, man, you know what? Sit your ass down, because look what Hasbro did. They made you sit down. So instead of calling, you know, things before you actually have it on hand, you know, gotta wait, man. Give things a chance. So this shows you, like, you know, when you first see a figure, don't just, you know, straight up say, oh, it can't do this, it can't do that. If nothing's confirmed yet, or, you know, it's not proven, look at this, man. He sits down. This is freaking awesome. Now, to cover articulation with Dr. Doom, his head moves that far up, so you could get it looking really far up, especially with that double neck joint. And it can look really, really far down. Again, that extra neck joint helps so much. And you could pivot it this way and this way. That's awesome. It's like import neck articulation. And then, you know, it rocks around. His shoulders move that far up. That is great for a lot of armor there. That is some good range. It moves down, it moves all around. It's got the shoulder swivel, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Real good, man. That's good range. And you got the wrist swivel and wrist hinge. On the other hand, you got the wrist hinge that is up and down for the pistol holding hand. His diaphragm joint is at the waist, so he can bend that far down and that far backwards, and it pivots really nicely as well. It swivels. You got this ratchet joint here, and it does rock around. Legs move that far apart. It moves that far up and that far back, so I feel like the skirt does not hinder his legs whatsoever, and I love that. His legs rock around. He's got the thigh swivel, and you see right there, sorry I didn't have the skirt piece up, double jointed knees, and oh, heel to the ass, no, but still great range, man. And his ankles move up, down, it swivels, and he has ankle pivot. Next up, we have the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure that rounds out this amazing Fantastic Four wave. And here he is next to the Skrulls from the Hasbro Skrull Creed 2-pack that came out almost a decade ago. And this is basically reused from the Toy Biz Super Skrull figure. And if you were looking forward to this Super Skrull being bigger to these Skrulls, and you're gonna be a bit disappointed. However, it doesn't look bad, you know, and Super Skrull is not supposed to be that big, honestly. He's probably like 6 feet tall, but you can make the argument that he can change, you know, the density of his size when he uses his powers and all that stuff. So he can get bigger, so, you know, I don't blame you if you were a little disappointed that he didn't come out bigger. You know, that's fine, but it's still a good figure. My only gripe that he's on the Hyperion body mold for the most part, like the legs and stuff, but the upper torso is new. These arms, the powered up arms, are new, and that head sculpt is sick. I love that Super Skrull head sculpt. That Gran is sick, and then he does have accessories. But yeah, these are the Skrulls right next to each other, and what they did with this, with the accessories, is basically you can swap it and make a powered down Super Skrull, or in this case just a regular Skrull, so you can distinct this one from the other Skrulls, making this an army build-a-figure, and you know how much that annoys me. Now I have to get a few of these to get a modern Skrulls, but if you are happy with these two, then you know this type of scroll, then keep it. But I will try to army build as best as I can for these scrolls. This is how it looks powered down, or again, if you want to distinct it from the Super Scroll and just have this like regular scroll guards, you can. And as you see, the build is not far off. I mean, yeah, these are a little bit taller, but it's not that bad in my opinion. But I like the color to this more. I love this purple more than I do this one. I just think the color applications here I like more. The face sculpt on this I like more. The paint I like more. At first I thought I wouldn't like this more than this one, but I gotta say I am liking this more and more, and I think I am favoring this one over this one. Yeah, but a couple of these guys, all together in an army build will look really, really good. But yeah, taking a closer look at this head sculpt right here, I think the paint is fantastic, man. It works. I like the yellow eyes. I like the wash around the green face. And the ears came out real cool. I got the head right there. The head mask, helmet, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Yeah, here's a closer look at that Super Skrull grin. Man, that looks sick, man. It came out perfect. The teeth came out nicely aligned and painted, and man, Skrulls must have a good dental plan, man. That teeth is looking like a Crest commercial, bro. And the wash again, real good. The eyes here, yellow. I think that's not painted all the way through there, but it's still, man, it's so good. And looking at the upper torso, newly upper torso. At first I thought it was gonna be Colossus retooled. But it's not. That would have been a good build for Super Skrull too. It all depends. But the arms there, the Hyperion arms. I'm not going to mess with moving this one, the shoulder. I heated it up and it's still kind of frozen on me, so I'm not going to articulate that much. So I am not going to mess with that. I don't want it to break. And I'm going to display this guy powered up anyway. So, and looking at the powered up arm, this looks so freaking good, man. Like that vein right there popping out, nicely sculpted. Looks like you just kind of feel like the force that he's trying to pump out to transform and use his powers. So I like that sort of transition right there, and going here to the bicep, how it's turning into like thing. And this part is not a stretchy look. It's basically just the thing power, and you got a double jointed elbow with that, which we did not get with the thing figure, but that's totally different. I mean, this arm is so much thinner than the thing figure, and let me just focus on here. Sorry about that, but yeah, they could get away with doing double jointed elbows with this one because it's much thinner, but if they could pull it off with this one, it'd be so much better for a future thing figure. My only gripe is that he did not come with a flaming effect. I mean, is this supposed to be like the fire part where it's looking like a little orangey-ish, reddish type of color? The other arm, you got the long, extended like arm. So he's doing a stretching form and an invisible form here. So that's really cool. Got the double joints right there. It's got a lot of range. That is really nice. Not going to cover articulation because, again, you've seen this body mold before. Well, the torso's new, so let me show you how that ranges. So it's good range forward and back. So he does have really good range right there. Super Skrull is a super dope figure. So with that said, let's get into the ranking and my overall thoughts. And one thing I like to flex from my collection is my 2005 Fantastic Car. If you have this, you can fit all 4 members in the Fantastic Car. Man, I love this piece. However, if you have the 2007 Rise of Silver Surfer Fantastic Car, the movie Fantastic Car, that is actually like the same Fantastic Car from Dan Slott's Fantastic Four run. I mean, holy crap. I wish I still had that. I don't have it anymore. I had this one because it was comic accurate, but damn, I'm kind of now regretting selling that, so I might have to go back and swoop that up, if things still fits. I don't know, but maybe I would just have it as a background piece. But yeah, man, this thing is just classic. I still love it. Still works for me. Got the shooting features right here, with the disc. I don't think it even works. Oh, yep, there you go. There you go. There you go. This thing was super fun. We got the missile launchers right here. I forgot how this even works now. Wow. Oh, there you go. Damn. Haven't played with this thing in a long time, so yeah, if you have it, you'll have fun with this. Alright, now is ranking time. So the bottom of my list, and I hate to do it, but it's Sue Storm. Invisible Woman. As much as I love Invisible Woman, she was just like a pain in the ass to stand. Like I said before, when I try to put her in some action poses, these newly sculpted feet were, you know, they were pretty challenging, but you know, just gotta have a lot of patience. Again, the paint color, it's real nice. I like the accessory, the force field accessory. It's really cool, but being that she has some balancing issues, she is at the bottom of my list. Next up would be Reed Richards. The it's I like that they kept the same build. The extended little fingers were kind of creepy, but hey, they came from the source material, so I am not going to complain about that. I like the new head sculpt. He's just, you know, he's what you would expect from a Reed Richards. I just really hope that one day we'll get a Reed Richards that, how, you know, how Mattel made the DC Classics Plastic Man, how it was able to come apart and you can do all sorts of crazy accessories. That would be really cool for Reed Richards. I feel like Mr. Fantastic does deserve that type of deluxe kind of love. At number 5 would be The Thing. I mean, there's no accessories like I mentioned before. I guess if you want to count the extra Skrull heads, I guess, I don't know. It's just for the figure itself, for the character itself, nothing extra. Still nice. You got some newly added pieces like the belt and the head sculpt. The head sculpt is a winner for that figure, man. I love it. I just wish it kind of had that same type of shading effect that the last thing had, but I guess they're just trying to keep it consistent with the comic book run. You know, it's still a good figure. He's still one of the best, if not the best Marvel Legends figure last year, so he's still a great figure. It's just he's not high on my list because there are just other figures in this wave I feel like I love more than this one. Next up would be the Human Torch, and Human Torch is on the body book that we deserved. So happy they didn't do the Bucky Cat mold with this, and as I mentioned earlier, how you can use the butterfly joints and just capture more of the Human Torch's, you know, powers and posing, and I really love the accessories he came out with, having the flame effects. That's really cool. It just looks like Randy Orton, but it's all good, man. He's still going to be a favorite out of this set for sure. Now coming to my top 3, the third one is Super Skrull. And yes, I know the Hyperion body mold is going to bother a lot of people. It should be retired. I won't argue that. It definitely should be retired. But for this, it works. You know, like I said, Super Skrull is it's not supposed to be that tall anyway. And the fact that he can be an army builder is a plus. So, you know, if you want some updated Skrulls, you know, you're gonna definitely have fun with this guy. And I love the swappable hands, the arms, the accessories right here, and maybe just one more swappable arm. You know, I think it would have been really cool if he had that. The invisible arm is, you know, super dope. I like it. I dig it. And that head sculpt is so Super Skrull. I dig it, man. I just love it. So I had more fun with this figure than I thought I was going to, and once I army build this guy, I'm going to have, it's just going to keep raising that fun factor for me. Number 2 is Hulk, and my god, She-Hulk could have easily been the Build-A-Figure in this wave. I mean, you have 3, it feels like this wave has 3 Build-A-Figures between Super Skrull, Hulk, and Thing, just looking at this from afar. Wow, this blew me away with the sculpting and everything. This could have easily been my number 1. I think this is going to be a highly sought after figure too in this wave. So her sculpting, her posability, like the elbow range, amazing. Even though that elbow joint was kind of it looked awkward when it was bent a certain way, but other than that, man, she is a phenomenal figure, and I am going to be happy seeing this on my display. Number one is a no-brainer. It is Doctor Doom. This is going to be on my top 10 Marvel Legends list this year. This figure is brilliant. I love how they made this figure, especially with the skirt piece, how thoughtful Hasbro was, you know, to want us to display a Doctor Doom sitting down. That was super cool. The armor plating was perfectly executed. The the sculpting in between that and the joints in between that, it's just amazing. Between the legs and the arms, it was just awesome, man. Alternate hands, you got the open hand right there. You got the pistol holding hand, his pistol, the alternate head. You can have the classic head to display a classic Doom. I freaking love that. Damn, Hasbro. Again, standing ovation. You deserve it. The rocket boosters having the Iron Man effects, porting in there. Amazing. The Victor Von Doom head fitting on there. The extra neck import-like articulation. That was freaking awesome. So you could get a lot of range with this guy. He is amazingly articulated. No doubt the best figure in this wave. And if I have to give this wave an overall review rating, it is going to be a 10 out of 10 total awesomeness, because it is just that. It's been what, since 2007? That's like 12 years since we've gotten a dedicated Fantastic Four wave, and finally we have one. And I want to know, who would you like to see in the next Fantastic Four wave? Who would you like to see next in Dan Slott's run, if you want to see a character from that arc in the next Fantastic Four wave? Who would you like to see as the next Build-A-Figure in the Fantastic Four wave? Which era costume would you like to see the Fantastic Four don in the next wave? There are so many ways they can take this line. I can see so much potential with a Fantastic Four line being as popular as the X-Men, and being that the Fantastic Four is my second favorite group in Marvel next to the X-Men. This is Marvel's first family. This this hits home for me, man. I absolutely love this, and I recommend this wave to both old school and new school fans of Marvel. Alright guys, so that was my review, and sorry for the hiatus on my videos. With this whole demise of YouTube, I don't know where the future of my channel lies. I don't know. I'm still trying to map that out. And also, I've been battling a depression. So, with my mental health disorders, it was best for me to, take some time away. And I don't even know when's the next video. I don't want to give you an expectations when is the next video, because, I'll let you know when I let you know. Let's just leave it like that. But I have some of my mental health disorders acting up, and I gotta make sure that, my health is 100%. With that said, please drop a like rating on the video. It'll help show your support for my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Link is in the description below. Get your Fantastic Four Marvel Legends at Big Bad Toy Store. Link is in the description below. Share and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you when I see you. Peace, peace.